KAILASA, because of some deeper agenda that they have, is completely atrocious. And yes, so we would like to really request our viewers here to please, raise awareness of what is happening, of what kind of persecution is happening to the indigenous communities globally, and especially when KAILASA has started. Especially when KAILASA has started to empower the indigenous people through, through legal agreements that are as per the Bolivian laws and as per international laws as well. Because before KAILASA, right, there was no one body such as the UAN bringing together and uniting all the indigenous people. And so now to see also how our nuns and monks are being persecuted because they are just looking to serve to serve humanity and to serve the local indigenous people over there is actually very hurtful, and it's actually trying to hinder, it's actually hindering the humanitarian services of KAILASA. And KAILASA has done everything as per the country laws, as per international laws, and we've been offering the services that these indigenous people have requested KAILASA. It's not that we have, coerced them into signing any agreements. They have willingly embraced KAILASA, and they have mentioned what kind of humanitarian services they would like to receive from KAILASA. It is actually as per their terms. And this agreement that KAILASA and the indigenous people are signing, it is actually only emboldening the self-determination of the indigenous people, which is guaranteed, which is ratified. For example, the ILO 169, which ensures the right to self-determination, is ratified by the Bolivian government. So, and also as per the Bolivian constitution, there are many articles that specifically ensures that the rights of these indigenous people are maintained, are respected. And therefore, these agreements that we are signing, it is totally in accordance with the local laws and international laws. And it is just empowering the indigenous people and giving them the confidence that they can reclaim their culture, their legacy. Madhveta Vrajita, yes. Maybe also, one other allegations that we constantly see throughout these media articles is that they so blatantly and disrespectfully accuse the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as self-proclaimed. And, I would like you actually to, to elaborate on that, how this is completely false. It is completely, I can't even comment on it, because the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been coronated as such by over 1008 Hindu pontiffs from various Hindu traditions. So
exactly.
what right? Yes.
Exactly. What rights do they actually have to call the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism self-made. And you can see over here clearly, this is actually an unbroken lineage of 14,500 years. Over here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 203rd emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samraja Sarvanya Pita. And over here you can see this coronation happening, and it dated back from Paramashiva, and how Bhagavan Surya itself was the first king, and how the last was Chandradeo Harishchandra Jagadev, and finally given to Swami. This is an unbroken lineage. So another thing is, you can also see over here how the queen actually handed over legally everything to Swamiji, and how he's been recognized as the actual emperor. Another kingdom that is an unbroken lineage of gurus, and it has been recorded for over 4,000 years. Over here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the 293rd Guru Mahasandinandam, Bhagavan Srila Sri Nithyananda Paramashiyam, Sri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swamigal. He was coronated directly by the Shamala Peter Sarvanya Peter Guru Parampara. And so how was this is literally a recorded succession. Each 293 pontiffs in the lineage, and that was passed on to Swamiji. So I'm not seeing in any way how we are considered self-made when every single ancient indigenous tradition is recognizing Swamiji as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and literally coronating Swamiji into all of these, kingdoms.
Yes, Ma, and there's yes. And see, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been identified by his predecessors of enlightened masters and adept as the incarnation of Paramashiva, and that too as per the science of recognizing incarnations in Hinduism. And so, I mean, I cannot really comprehend how these media are able to veto power. They are trying to veto the Hindu traditions by just blatantly, so shamelessly claiming that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is self-proclaimed, when absolutely not. He comes from ancient lineages of Hindu kingdoms and Guru Parampara that has been around for millennia. How is it that the media is not doing their due diligence?
Exactly. And another thing is the indigenous nation collaboration. It is not that it is something of a secret. Kailasa nation is literally in diplomatic relations, not just with Bolivia. Kailasa is in diplomatic relations with many other indigenous nations. And over here you can see the various kingdoms, whether it's in Ghana, whether it's in the other parts of the different kingdom, all of this is given openly for people to learn and understand that any collaboration that Kailasa makes is nothing because it's completely in align to their local laws, and not only that, just helping people, giving a voice for them. And over here, I have with me also how Kailasa is continuously actively engaging always in the UN. And over here, Vijay Priya, you've always gone to the UN for Kailasa, and you can actually share with us how a lot of reports has been published whether it's environmental report or persecution report, in all angles, giving a voice to Hindus.
Yes, yes, definitely. See, what is funny is that these all the evidence that shows that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been exonerated of all crimes, and how he is actually also the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how he's been coronated as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, they are all published on the UN website through 22 different reports. And it is funny how these media channels, they can't even seem to go to get these readily available documents, reports, and do their fact checking, which is the basic they should be doing. And these UN reports actually gives a very, the reports that the UN has published clearly mention the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in a chronological order, with the evidence, with all the court documents, with all the medical documents, with all the legal opinions from various international lawyers. And these UN reports also mention how, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the king of the kingdom of Surangi, among many others, and it clearly mentions the juridical statehood of KAILASA, how KAILASA is a government in exile due to the colonization and invasions that we have suffered, how we have lost our Hindu kingdoms. Actually, I can myself resonate with this because my roots is from Varanasi. My ancestors were Brahmins from Varanasi. And during the, and see, and so the Brahmins in Varanasi, so I was able to actually link, trace back my roots to Varanasi, where my ancestors are the Bhojpuri Brahmins, and they were actually the kings who were ruling Varanasi. And they were both Brahmins, so they were Brahmins, both ruling as spiritual heads and political heads. So they were ruling the kingdom. So I was able to trace back my lineage to these to my ancestors in Varanasi. So I can directly resonate with that, how I have lost my kingdom, I have lost my legacy when the British forcefully took my ancestors out of Bharat to Mauritius, and then they settled over there. So this is see, now seeing that how the indigenous people are have, they've suffered the same thing actually. They've lost their legacy, they've lost their traditions. And so just like how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, my guru, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, I am a proud disciple and dasi of my guru, how he has helped me reclaimed my identity, reclaimed my legacy, reclaimed my right to self-determination. Right? And this is exactly what he's doing for the other indigenous people as well, for the other indigenous nations. They have finally found somebody who is actually here to help them. And when these indigenous people, they come and visit our ecosystems, our spiritual embassies, they are left in awe because, they could see how beautifully Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has revived the authentic Hinduism, the full glory of Hinduism, as per the Vedas and Agamas. It's not, a diluted Hinduism. It's not a neo-Hinduism. It is as per the Vedas and Agamas. Swamiji, to the letter, Swamiji has revived. And now to see, given yes, so given the the history that we have, the amount of persecution that we have faced, and how Swamiji, who as per Hinduism has been identified as the incarnation of Paramashiva, he has taken up this huge work of reviving Hinduism, authentic Hinduism, of reviving these ancient indigenous kingdom. And now to say that he is self-proclaimed is atrocious. It is unacceptable. Yes, here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been coronated as the as the king, as the emperor of 21 ancient Hindu kingdoms. He has been duly coronated with legal documents as per the traditions. And actually, we have unbroken records of all the previous kings and queens of these kingdoms. And all these facts are available online on the United Nations website.
This goes to show continuously people are not fact checking. Just by coming here, everyone, all the viewers actually can get educated. Looking at everything, how it's presented beautifully, and this is not even 1% of what we have. We have so much, and we are always ready to give because majority of this information is already there publicly displayed in our official websites like kailasa.org, United Nations website. You can just Google search. It's a Google search away. That is the most shocking thing. Isn't that the basic thing the media house is supposed to do? Basic Google searching, and they were not even able to do that. So over here right now, what we actually want, we the Hindus demand a sincere apology for all the blatant inaccuracy presented in this publication, a correction acknowledging the false information and providing accurate details about Kailasa. Because this is the responsibility for the media entities, because you are obligated to act in the public interest and uphold journalistic integrity. And we anticipate your prompt cooperation in setting the record straight, and in doing so, ceasing the perpetuation of harmful narratives that further persecution against indigenous communities. So now the ball is in your hand. All of you have to come together, and all of the viewers that's watching us, what you can do, you can share all of this information to them. You can reach out to your nearest embassies or even human rights, or even tweet about this and how much Kailasa is actually doing. And also go to the media outlets and get them to understand that everything that we have, everything that we do is for humanity. It is for the good of humanity. So that is all for today. We thank all of you taking your time, effort, and energy to spend your time with us in understanding about what is Kailasa, its vision, its mission, and also to understand the atrocities that these media houses are doing, trying to spin a different narrative on Kailasa, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and on the indigenous nation. Because all of this is a direct attack on the indigenous nation. All the ancient indigenous nations, the collaboration with them. So I thank you all for listening. We're going to be ending the session with the Pura Mantra. Om पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुका परमस्तु ओम नित्यानंदम